when investing and listening to these YouTubers, you need to be very careful about going all in. What you have to understand is a lot of these people like Peter Schiff and other ones, I like Michael Saylor, and I definitely like the Orange Pill. But when you deal with these maximalists, like gold maximalist, Bitcoin maximalist, or Dogecoin maximalist, what you have to understand is these people are trying to pump up what they're primarily invested in, and that's why I like to be diverse. Um, I think it's good to have physical silver. I think it's good to have physical gold. Um, I think it's good to have Bitcoin. I think it's good to have Ethereum. I think it's good to have VeChain, Polkadot, Chainlink, Matic, Uniswap. Where's some of the Solano. If I didn't say Ethereum, definitely that one. It's good to have property. It's good to have guns and ammo, food, things like this. It's definitely good to be diverse in your portfolio. Yeah, it's kind of like going to the roulette table, and this is extreme version, obviously. Going to the roulette table and just putting everything on one, as opposed to putting a diverse, right? I mean, you're not going to win that much, but if one fails, at least you're good in other places, right? Even having stocks, it's good to be diverse in a lot of different areas. It's hard to sit here and be like, okay, this is what's going to be the best, because everything's basically a bubble. Everything's a bubble. So if you go all in one, let's just say you go all in Bitcoin, and I like Bitcoin, I like it a lot, but it goes to zero. So you just lost everything instead of being diverse in other assets, right? Even having debt. Even it sounds weird having debt. Oh, pay your debt off. Well, listen, when there's inflation about to happen, when there's about to be extreme inflation, guess what happens to your debt? It gets wiped out. Not completely, but let's just say you have $1,000 in debt, and then inflation goes up by 10%. Well, that knocks down some of your debt. Not only if you have money in your savings, that knocks out some of your savings, but it knocks out some of your debt. That's what they plan on doing. That's what the rich people plan on doing. Like, you take out a loan for $1,000, you still owe $1,000. Well, you might be making more money now. They give you raises because of inflation at work, and that debt, the principal on the debt, didn't go up. Maybe if you have interest and all that, different interest rates or whatever, that'll go up, but the principal of the debt stays the same. That's not going to go up with inflation. That's why it's good to have debt too, especially with the uncertainty that's happening right now. For me, I'm trying to get out of the dollar. I'm trying to, and I know, so the dollar is very liquid, really quick, right? You can buy things very, very quickly with the dollar. But I'd rather have my assets in different things than besides the dollar, since it's being inflated. Even putting it in debt, honestly. I know that sounds weird, and I know that sounds counterintuitive, but I think it's good to have some debt, especially right now. Not too much debt where you're going to go bankrupt, where you can't pay the principal monthly payment on it. But considering all the money they just printed, considering all the potential shortages and everything, this is the mindset you kind of have to have. As long as you don't over leverage yourself, right? I'm definitely not a financial expert. I'm just some dumb idiot that has to work a regular job to support his family. But if you can see the forest from the trees, you can understand what's happening and do some education. So definitely don't. I know they like to sound good. I know they got cool thumbnails. Oh, the potential. Bitcoin's going to go up to 400,000. VeChain's going to 100x. I know it sounds good. I know, but in reality, you just have to be very careful. And when you're investing, definitely in cryptos, definitely do your research. All right, definitely do your research. I will recommend my favorite crypto analyst, my favorite crypto channel, the one I listen to, the one I listen to a bunch of different ones, but the one I listen to, the one that I like the most is What Happened to Common Sense. Look this guy up if you're into crypto. He's highly intelligent, and a lot of his things have come true. Another one I like is A Modern Investor. I like that one. I listen to a couple other ones, but you know, when you hear like, I like Michael Saylor, and I think I've heard him say like, "Oh, Bitcoin's the best and everything else is crap," or the orange pill. I forgot the guy's name on the top of my head, but I think he said that too, like Bitcoin's the best because they've invested everything into that asset. When there are other cryptos that are good, you just have to be careful about which ones you pick. Because there's a lot of terrible ones, but there are some really good ones. Pretty much what I think you can, the ones I listed are pretty solid. Whatever works with Ethereum, that's pretty solid. Even Cardano might be a decent one, but Dogecoin, that's, people are falling for this, and it's from all I hear about it, it's just trash. And be very careful about XRP and XLM, those ones, and just realize you don't have to buy a whole crypto. You don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. You don't have to buy a whole Ethereum. You can buy a portion, right? So just be careful about who you listen to, and realize they're probably trying to pump up their own asset, right? Especially if they just go with just one. If they don't have a diverse portfolio and they just go, oh, just this, just gold, like Peter Schiff, or just Bitcoin, like, you know, be very careful, because it is very good to have a diverse portfolio. You can go all in and you can become rich very quickly, or you can lose everything very quickly. What I heard was the best thing is just don't put in more than you're willing to lose. And that's it.